So I'm back again like Slim Shady. We got heat number 2 now. Just out on track, coming into the pits for the final splash and dash before they go out. We got Elliot's out in this one, who's got TQ. So we're going to see how he's doing. And we also going to probably follow David Ongaro, the young Italian. So as we wait for them to come around, we got a bit of information about the last one. Ronald got a little bit of a wobble on sometimes, but he still managed to pip Darren. Down a little bit off skirmish at one point, but he's still up there. So as we look for either... So Elliot's just come out of the pits, so we're probably going to start with Ongaro, if we can pick him up on track. So he's just coming out of the cobble section. Perfectly placed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Ongaro crosses the line to start. See if he did actually catch the loop. Looks good. Into the little rough jump section now. They're starting to cut up quite badly. Up the straightaway he comes. Heavy braking into the chicane. Nice and safe, nice and precise. Little flick over the tabletop. Car looks very flat, very controlled. Not much air over the jump. Little bit of sideways action, little bit of skirmish on the dust. Little bit of a whip over the top. Touches the inside of the curve there. As tight as he possibly can. A little bit of understeer then, coming up the hill. A little bit sideways with the whoops. A little bit of correction, goes back down. Perfectly placed going down the hill. Had 2 bites then on the exit of the chicane. A little bit hard into the last final hairpin. Understeers a bit in the cobbles, back round through. Seems to have a bit of a trouble with turn in at the moment. Seems to have 2 bites on it. That'll cost him little bits, but not much. Gets the back end run nice there. So very safe, very controlled. Ongaro's last time round was a 53.5. The crash car up in front of him down the jump. Oh, Marshall puts it down right in front of him. That's going to cost him a little bit. I think that was Savoya who crashed. So a little bit wide up the hill. Seems to got back into the rhythm a bit too tight there. Takes lots of over velis on the curbing. I don't know if it's a Mugen thing, but the Mugens seem to be sliding out a bit in the front. Very wide there coming onto the little hump. So we're going to find who we're riding with now. We're going to go for Elliot. So Elliot's now cut the fast uphill chicane. Takes it nice and easy. Let's cross the line into the little jump. Bit tight, but up he comes. Nice traction. Very safe, very precise on the rough jumps. Flat out up the hill. Nicely for the first chicane. Yes, up at running in first at the moment. Last time by was a 52.8. Little bit of a whip. Lifting up the inside on the over the jump. Nice and controlled. Bit of a bounce on the big American jumps. A little bit over jump on the tabletop into the dip. Car seems quite easy to drive, not much drama. A little bit smooth. Seems to be taking it a bit easier in this one. Very precise, very smooth, not his normal style. A little bit of correction then going up the hill, a bit too tight. Ooh, a bit of a kick up over the jump. Gets it down easy. Let's cut to some back markers now. 53.2 last time by, still up, holding up the mantle, still leading around. A little bit of traffic now. Can you hear the referee shouting? Doesn't seem to be moving out of his way though. It's going to hold him up a little bit. Moves out of the way and hairpin. It's not too much time lost. He will put him off a little bit because down that tricky back American jump section. A little bit of an under jump into the cobbles. Tight as can be and perfect coming out. Perfect plow placement going downhill chicane. Uphill chicane are good. A little bit too much air, but easy controllable. Perfect around the slippy cobbles. Avoiding the bumps coming out into the downhill jumps. So we got 1 minute to go now. Nice and easy. Giving the corner some room, not too tight on all of them. A little bit too tight there in the first jump section. Gets on the power harder to make up for it. So Elliot now, perfectly placed onto the top. A little bit of kick up as he comes down. A little bit slower than normal through the chicane downhill. Tyres now start to be getting really hot, really starting to wear and starting to slide. Taking a nice tight line over the jump section down there. A lot of people taking the middle, but the middle's starting to get a little bit rutted. Doesn't seem to be pushing as hard as normal, but he has already wrapped up TQ. Lots of air over the top, and then a little bit too much speed around the corner. Little bit of grip roll. Gets away with it. I'd like to see what time he's doing, but I'm afraid my screen's gone off. So looks like the referee's shouting at him. A little bit too much curve on the inside. Still that back marker though, still in front of him, not looking like he's going to move anytime soon. So Elliot's finished now. So as I press the buttons, try and see what's going on. So Elliot took that one with a 6 in 17. Ungaro second with a 6 in 22. And then we have Juan Carlos Canis in the third place with a 6 in 23. So as far as I can think, I think that's Elliot with TQ for this round so far, as we wait for the final heat.